Hello everyone and welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat on a windy day here in southern Oklahoma. We've had wind coming from all directions the last few days. Had a big cold front blow through here. The north wind blew and man, it blew. It blew everything around on my front deck. Everything was in different positions. Really funny thing happened there. One morning I went to go out and I opened the door and I had Benelli. It was before daylight and there was a mop that had been sitting out there in a bucket, a mop bucket, and it had blown over right against the door, and she was going out there with her head held high and saw that and jumped back and growled, and she thought it was something or somebody was about to get her. So that was kind of my little chuckle for Benelli. I laugh at Benelli a lot. I say no to her a lot. I whop her on the nose a lot, and she puts a lot of cuts and dings and scratches and stuff on my hands. She's, puppies are like that. They're cutting teeth. Don't get too frustrated with them. Be a little patient. But she's just going to be a wonderful dog. She's going to be wonderful. I just know she is. She's strong-willed. She's hard-headed. She kind of like a lot of, I'm not going to say it. I was about to say kind of like a lot of women out there, but I'm not going to say that. But my wife is strong-willed. I'll just put it that way, and she can be hard-headed too. She's even hard-headed right now. Chris is having a great week. She's just having a great week. Sherry come down and stayed with her Friday night and part of Saturday. I had to go down to Dallas and work the O'Reilly Leadership Conference, and boy, was that fun. I mean, I look forward to that leadership conference every single year. They bring in all of the managers from all the O'Reilly stores, so there was like over 6,000 managers there and a couple thousand other people that they brought in. I guess great, some of them, they were doing a good job selling or whatever. But anyway, over 8,000 O'Reilly store employees were there in Dallas. I took my Tracker 195 with 150 horsepower Mercury on it. It's wrapped in O'Reilly wrap, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful tracker, a wonderful boat. I actually shot a television show out of that boat this week. I'll talk to you about that too in a second. But I went down there with that leadership conference, and I'm there for the final night party, the Friday night party. They let them out about 8 o'clock, and the party goes till midnight. It was just a lot of fun. And my buddy Roland Martin, Roland is helping with O'Reilly right now, and O'Reilly's one of his sponsors. And Roland came down and was with me there the first time he had been at one of those, and he said, what are we going to be doing anyway? And I said, we're going to be having fun. It's just a party. And we had a big line all night long, the entire time. We signed thousands of autographs, and they had some pictures there. And O'Reilly provided some pictures for us, and I had a little bitty picture. It was like about that thin, about that tall. And Roland had one about 3 times that size. I don't know what the deal is. Roland had a big picture, and I had a small picture. I don't know really what caused that, but that's exactly what happened. And so that wasn't too good. But my picture had a big fish in it. Roland didn't even have a fish. He just standing there smiling. He told me, "Oh, that's a nice picture of me in it." I said, "Where's your fish, Roland?" He said, "I couldn't catch a fish." And so my pictures, I'm holding up a big old nice fish. So, but we had just hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people come by and get a signed picture. We signed a lot of O'Reilly Auto Parts hats, and they're just a great people, a great store, a great tradition. I'm just so fortunate to have O'Reilly as a sponsor, because they are just great people to be with. They're hunters, they're fishermen. A lot of the store managers, a lot of the employees, and probably just about every store around the country, they've got some fishermen and outdoors people in there. So it's just it's just great for me to be hooked up with somebody like O'Reilly. I just absolutely thank having them. And of course, Shell Rotella and Pennzoil, they sell a lot of both those products for us, so they help there with our sponsorship over there with Shell, which is another company full of great people. We have got some tremendous businesses in this country, and if they won't burden them down with too many taxes and regulations, they'll just keep on keeping on. I think O'Reilly's been around 65 years. 65 years. We've been doing our television show 46 years, and it seems like a long time, but 65, that's another, almost 20 years longer. And by the way, our television shows on ESPN2, 7:30 on Saturday morning Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. Discovery Channel the next morning at 5:30. We're on the Pursuit Network a couple times a week, the largest outdoor network in the world. We're on the World Fishing Network, WFN, Action Channel, My Family Television, Walk TV, Heartland Network, and AT&T Sports Southwest, the station down there in the Texas area that carries the the Houston Astros and the Houston Rockets and a lot of other sports. So we're streaming on Wired to Fish. You can go on there and look at our shows anytime. We do 26 new television shows every year, 26. And we've been doing television shows for 46 years. I think we may be the only outdoor show out there that's doing 26 now. I don't even know of any other. There may be some, but I don't know of them. But so we've been doing it a long time. But O'Reilly's been selling auto parts for 65 years. Started right there in Springfield, Missouri, the same place where my buddy has Bass Pro Shop headquarters, right there in Springfield. And those two companies have a lot of synergy that goes back to Johnny Morse's dad and Chub O'Reilly, the man who started O'Reilly. They did business together back in the early days. Isn't it amazing? It's a small world when we really get right down to it. But I was mentioning Chris doing really well. She's had a great week. She's walking better than ever. We're still not letting her walk by herself. We got to still put a belt on her and hold her because she's afraid of falling and probably would fall, honestly, if we tried to let her walk by herself. But she's doing it better every day. That right leg, which she still can't feel, still numb, is moving and planting itself down where it's supposed to a little bit. And every time that happens, every single step, her brain learns a little bit more. Her brain learns a little bit more. So she is, she's gaining on it. And Stephen McCartney comes and works with her 2 days a week. I try to get her to walk every single day, and I don't have a lot of success at that because she says no. And I keep telling her, honey, the more you walk, the quicker you're going to be walking. And she said, well, I'm afraid of falling. And I understand that. She is afraid of falling. But the more she walks, the better she's going to be. So all of you that came to the O'Reilly's conference down there, thank you. Come up, and a lot of you heard me talking about it last week, I think, on our Sunday afternoon chat. So that was really, I appreciate y'all coming by and visiting with me. And we had a lot of fun. The man come that won our boat that we gave away a Tracker 195, my Tracker 2 years ago, and the man come by and showed me a picture of it, tried to trade me for my Tracker I took down there, tried to trade me for that one, wanted to make an even trade, but that didn't work. I didn't do that. But anyway, so it's been good. The deer are all doing well. We still we got our deer videos, our antler videos on Thursday and Friday, our herd videos on Wednesday and Thursday. That deer are shedding horns early this year. I've talked about that. I don't know if it's a drought causing it, or maybe it's just a lot of the warm fall weather that we've had. An extremely warm fall and a warm winter so far. You know, we're officially into winter, and yet in January this is going to be one of the warmest winters on record in Oklahoma. Absolutely no doubt about it. I've got another appearance coming up at the end of this next week. I'll be over, I believe that's a weekend. I may be wrong, but I'll double check it before this week's out. In Lexington, North Carolina on a Saturday. I'll fly over there on a Friday night and get in there late Friday night. I'll be there all day Saturday at Angler's Choice Marine. Angler's Choice Marine, they're great Ranger dealers, great Tracker dealers, great Mercury dealers. All the boats they sell have Mercury motors on them, and they're really good people. They have 3 stores. That's David Fritz's store that they bought from David. David will be there at that appearance along with several other guys. I saw the list the other day. Don't recall any of the names right now, but they're all great fishermen, so it's going to be a great open house there at Angler's Choice Marine. I think it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be there just on Saturday. I'll be at a big outdoor show in Columbus, Ohio next month, as well as down at McGehee, Arkansas. I think a Friday I'll be in Columbus, Ohio. I believe that's about the 18th or something like that. I'll get all these dates down and do a little video where y'all will see those. So if you're around in that area anywhere, come see me, come visit. They're going to all be great events, absolutely great events, no doubt about it. I do want to mention that we did a television show this week on Wednesday. Caught 12 bass. 5 of them were big ones, like over 4 pounds, up to about probably not quite 7. But we had a really good day fishing. Caught them slow rolling spinnerbait. We will have some of that action on our Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing channel. Now, our Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing channel is a new channel we started about a month ago. It's only got a little over 4,000 people on it right now. So there's a lot of you that love fishing that have not subscribed to that Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. So go over there and subscribe to that channel. We have 3 channels on YouTube: Catch a Better Life with Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, and then Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch, which is our largest channel. It's about 125,000, and it's just pretty much all the ranch stuff. So those of you that love fishing, those of you that like to fish, go and subscribe to that Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, because that's where all the fishing stuff is. And you will get to see a lot of action that happens when we're doing television shows way before it goes on television. You won't see a complete show or anything, but you'll be able to see some of the clips and some of the action happens there and some of the little tips and things that we do. So we had a great day fishing, slow rolling not a Redman spinnerbait, but a Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbait by Lucky Strike. So it was good. The fishing is very, very difficult. That was the third or fourth day in 2023 that I've tried to do a television show, and I bombed out in all the rest of them. Outdoor fishing shows were the original reality show, and still maybe the only real reality show. Because if we don't catch them, we don't get a show. And when we do catch them, you're seeing it live happen. So it's a reality. You're seeing everything will happen from the cast to catch them. So we've never in 46 years of television ever hooked one fish on and wound it in or lifted it in or anything else. Every fish we've caught in 46 years on television, we've actually caught. No staging in Jimmy Houston Outdoors. A complete 100% reality show. Absolutely no doubt about it. So I want to end this little afternoon chat, and I know it's kind of a short chat, but I want to end this chat by throwing a word out there that I want you to really take to heart and make it really a big part of your life this coming week. And that word is hope. That word is hope. Never, ever, ever give up hope. No matter what you're hoping for, no matter how impossible it might seem, no matter what type of situation you're in, never give up hope. Now, you know me. All my hope is in Jesus. All my hope is in God. Crowder actually did a song called All My Hope Is in Jesus, and it's just like, I heard him perform it live one time, and I'm jumping up and down, you know, all my hope is in Jesus. He wrote a song about my life, all my hope is in Jesus. And Jesus can solve any problem you have. He can change any situation. He can put the right people in the right places. You know, never ever give up hope. And it doesn't matter whether it's a health situation. You know what we're going through with Chris right now. And, you know, an impossible situation where we were told she wouldn't leave the hospital alive. Here it is 21 months later. She's still got a lot of recovery to do, but she's recovered remarkably. She's just recovered remarkably, and God performs miracles in her life almost on a daily basis. So keep your hope alive no matter what, whether it's a health situation, a family situation, a marital situation, a job, financial, everything that the life throws at us, everything the devil throws at us out there. Never, ever, ever give up hope. Keep your hope alive no matter what, because God can do miraculous things, and He will do supernatural things that I don't know of anyone in the world that's been a Christian for any time at all that can't tell you story after story after story. And a lot of them say it's a God thing. It's a God thing. Well, it absolutely is a God thing. So keep your hope alive no matter what, no matter how bad the doctor's report is, no matter how bad your employment situation or your marriage looks. Keep your hope alive. Keep your hope alive. Even when we die, God's going to take us to heaven. We conquer death. We conquer death. We conquer death. We're going to rise out of that grave and live again. And the moment we quit looking around here on earth, we're going to be looking around in heaven the next moment. That's exactly what's going to happen. So irrespective of what you might be going through, keep your dauber up. Keep your dauber up. Keep your hope alive, because hope can just absolutely change your attitude every day, and hope will get you through tomorrow. Hope will get you through the next week, the next month, the next year. So you'll live your life full of hope. Incredibly great things will happen to you, I promise. Incredibly great things will happen to you. Guys and girls, we're going to have another great week this next week. I'm looking forward to getting over there to Lexington, North Carolina. I believe that's next weekend. I'm not 100% positive, but I believe it is. I need to look at my calendar and see. We stay really, really busy. We do a lot of appearances, and we just stay busy. So sometimes I get kind of confused on what the time is. But I want to pray for all those people down in Alabama and Georgia that those horrendous tornadoes went through. That was the same storm that came through here and had a few thunderstorms and stuff over around Lake Tenkiller. We had not a drop of rain here. Haven't had any rain in 2023. It didn't rain any in January last year. Only rained 1.1 inch in February. So we're going to get some rain. But pray for those people over in Alabama. A lot of them went through a lot. Some of them lost their life over there in those tornadoes. And we know tornadoes well in Oklahoma. I grew up in Moore, Oklahoma, tornado capital of the world. But keep your hope alive, keep your dauber up no matter what happens, because all my hope is in Jesus. And when you have that going for you, you can smile in any situation, and you can just know, without a doubt, things are going to get better. Guys and girls, go out there and have your great one this week. And remember, I sure do love you.